Yo guys, welcome back to another video. It's J Hood. I'm gonna start posting again. I'm gonna go daily for a while and then see how it works out and see where my passion is at. But I just want to talk about some of the reports going around about the Houston Rockets trading up for the #1 pick. And to me, I'm not a fan of it, but I want to get into why in this video. To me, the Houston Rockets can't mess this up. As you all know, the Houston Rockets got the 2nd pick in the draft. And most of you guys know that I'm a huge fan of Jalen Green as a player and a person. I think it's almost meant to be, from him and KPJ constantly commenting under each other's posts, to him throwing up the H all the time in his post, or to him reposting highlights of himself that were posted on our Rockets fan page, or to him even liking tweets that were posted on a Rockets fan page. And I would love Cade Cunningham, don't get me wrong, but everyone is entitled to their own opinion. In my personal opinion, I've done a lot of film on both of them. I watched a lot of both of them, and they're both spectacular players. They're both going to be all-time greats in my opinion, and I think they both have it all, and I think they're both dogs out there on the court. But to me, in my opinion, Jalen Green and Cade Cunningham don't have this crazy gap between them that people made it seem like they do in the months leading up to the draft. Like everybody's saying he's the #1, Cade's the obvious #1 pick. To me, it's just not like that. To you, it can be. That's cool. But that's just my personal opinion. Now, I'm not going to sit here and compare the two because I've already done that in past videos. Go check it out if you want to see my comparisons of the two. But I just want to talk about why I think the Rockets shouldn't pull the trigger on trading for the #1 pick in the draft, and why they can potentially be played by Detroit in this situation. And in this situation, in my opinion, Detroit is winners either way. If they finesse us, or I wouldn't say finesse us, but if they get the trade out of us and they want Jalen Green anyways, then why wouldn't they do it? It's going to be an extreme win for Detroit either way. Because it's already known that Detroit is a huge fan of Jalen Green, and they've already expressed interest in him, to where there was even reporters saying they were so interested in him they may take him #1, passing Cade Cunningham, just because that's how good of a prospect they thought he was. Which doesn't mean they will, but like I said, I don't find this crazy gap between the two, and I actually think Green fits the Rockets more than Cade. But if they want Cade that bad to where you're going to trade up in the draft to get him, then Detroit may just say screw Cade Cunningham, because like they already want Jalen Green, and they're going to get picks and assets from us while getting Jalen Green, who's the guy they wanted anyways. But because they, like me, don't think there's a huge gap between the two, and just get Jalen Green, who they're more interested in anyway, and get all the other things that they get from trading us. So they're going to win-win in this situation. But to me, this hurries their rebuild process, and it pauses ours, or puts a little stamp on ours, or delays it a little bit, just because we have to give up those assets to get Cade Cunningham. So hearing all this, y'all can make y'all's own opinion on the situation. But after all, this is... but I hope you can at least understand why I don't want to trade up to get Cade, and why I think Jalen Green and Cade Cunningham debate is way closer. So either way, in this situation, I'm still going to ride it out with the Rockets. I just hope we don't trade it, so we don't have to give up other assets in the process of trading it. And another thing is, if we draft Jalen Green, I really like our guys around that would be surrounding him. And that would be, we have like some people that he can run pick and roll with in Christian Wood or Jason Tate, or even Kenyon Martin Jr. Then we have shooters in Wood, Armani, Sterling Brown. I mean, we have multiple people that are more than capable. Obviously, Eric Gordon is a shooter. Kyrie Thomas, if he gets minutes, and Kelly Olynyk, if he returns. Then he can play off the ball when he doesn't have to dominate the ball. Like, he doesn't have to play hero ball, because we have other people that can handle the ball in KPJ. Christian Wood can even create his own shot. Kyrie Thomas, if he gets minutes, I really like Kyrie Thomas, so we'll see if he gets minutes. So I'm not saying Jalen Green is going to be a better player, but at this point, I do want Jalen Green, just because how much he's already in the Rockets culture, how much more the Rockets have been talking about him, and we've already like welcomed him to Houston without the draft even being a thing yet. So that's really cool. I know the draft is in a few weeks. Let me look up the date real quick, because I do want to know. But I'm extremely excited whoever we pick, because it's just going to be a new era in Houston, and I'm probably going to have more videos coming out when we do make the draft. Okay. NBA draft date. It is July 29th, so in about 2 weeks. So that's really dope. I'm gonna be probably home watching the draft, or somewhere watching it. That's extremely exciting. I'm gonna make a video, whoever we get, even if we get Mobley. Like, I'm still gonna be excited about how everything went down. But our starting lineup: could be really good next year, and we could be really excited about it going into the future, and we could have a good shot to make the playoffs, but we'll really just have to see. It's really all up to Stephen Silas, in my opinion. Last year, we were more than capable, and I say this all the time. We had a good roster last year. I don't think our roster was horrible. I think we were more than capable of making the playoffs. If you look at our roster and then look at the Knicks roster, I don't think their roster's that, like, miles ahead of ours. Look, we have John Wall, who's been an all-star. Kevin Porter Jr., who's a upcoming star. We have Christian Wood, who should have been an all-star if he wasn't hurt this year. Kelly Olynyk's always been a good role player, and with the Heat, he was starting on that finals team. Eric Gordon coming off the bench, averaging 20. Like, that's Eric Gordon's coming off the bench, giving you 20. Jayshawn Tate, almost like he was first-team all-rookie. Kenyon Martin Jr. picked in late in the second round. He was great for us this year. He had times where he looked great. He had a month in May, I think, that he played amazing. We have Kyrie Thomas, who came in and made a spark. Sterling Brown played amazing for us. Daniel House keeping it down like always, just playing good defense, knocking down shots. DJ Augustin came in, made a instant impact. We have David Nwaba, who came in and he was really good for us. Armani Brooks was good for us, but injuries were horrible. I'm going to go over some of the injuries. John Wall had an injury where he kept him out a lot of the season. Kevin Porter Jr., he was injured when he came right to us. He missed a few games. His first game, he got injured with us. Christian Wood, he got injured. Kelly Olynyk didn't play that much. Eric Gordon got injured. Jayshawn Tate was the most stable guy. Kenyon Martin Jr. was also stable. So we had a lot of injuries, though. Daniel House was injured for a while. David Nwaba didn't even get to play the season. Sterling Brown got in that incident, and he was already injured. Like, we had so many injuries, it was crazy. So, in my opinion, we were more than capable of making the playoffs, but the injuries got the best, and that really happens when you have players like John Wall and Christian Wood, who are injury-prone players, as hard as that is to say, because, Christian Wood isn't really at the peak of his career, but it's not really looking good. But I do want to ride it out. I don't want to trade him. I love him, and we'll just see where this goes from here. But if y'all did enjoy the video, drop a like, drop a sub. I really appreciate it. Peace.